This is David Diengenda from Madman.TV. I am here with the new Commonwealth Silver Cruiserweight champion, Lewis Oakford. What a performance. First of all, sum up your thoughts on this win.
Oh, it's amazing, man. It's amazing. You know, I've worked so hard for this. I'm coming off the last fight, didn't go my way. I went straight back into the fight. You know, I was adamant to put things right. Opportunity arose. I managed to get my hands on the strap. And yeah, man, all the hard work pays off, man. And you know what? It's just mindset, man. I think it's like visualize this, and the hard work just pays off. You know what I'm saying? It really does, man. And that's also a motivational message for anyone out there as well, right? All these youth coming up. You know, I'm 33 years old, you know what I'm saying? I haven't got much time in this boxing game. But one thing I do know is I've got to knuckle down and get a move on. And when you just put in the work, you listen to your coach, you know, thanks to Andy Gill, you know, he's been pushing me this whole camp, really pushing me. You know, I've been upping the levels, and I really think that I've found a new level in this camp, and ultimately this is what comes out of it. And so long may this continue.
Absolutely. And before we talk about
the new, I had to say that, yeah. I haven't said it yet.
And the new indeed. Before we talk about the fight, let's talk about your opponent. How did you sort of prepare for Miller in particular? Because you guys sort of fought before, and this was like
history, you know.
We got history. So
yeah,
what was you sort of looking out for this time?
You know, he's improved in his own ways. You know, he's obviously gained some experience fighting abroad and stuff like this. He's fought more times than me since our debut, so I knew that he was coming with a little bit more, you know, a little bit more grit. He's a big puncher. You know, I knew I was up against a puncher that really wants to come in for the KO. But I know I'm the more superior boxer, and I knew that from going in, and I just had to be consistent with it, be disciplined throughout that whole 10 round. It was a marathon, it wasn't a sprint. Obviously, we had some moments in there. He had a little bit of success at times when I got a little bit slacky, I must say. But you know, I heard my coach's voice louder than everyone else's, and obviously that's what just switches you on, reset, and get back to the game plan. And that's box. You know, I'm a fluid boxer. I feel like that's my strong attribute, and so I wanted to work towards my strengths rather than, you know, get caught up in a war that I didn't need to.
And obviously in the fight itself, there was a lot of times where, you know, he sort of caught you with a few good shots as well. You sort of traded blows a little bit. You spoke about, you know, talk about him improving. Was there other challenges that you sort of had to face as well during that sort of contest as well? And how was you sort of able to sort of negate sort of what he was sort of doing in the ring?
I feel overall it's just, you know, I've got grit, I've got heart. That's one thing I've got, you know. I feel like as well as how you improve in camp and what you work on, which is important, imperative to win, there's sometimes you just got to have that grit, that heart to push you through. You're going to come across, it's a cruiserweight division, you know, everyone can punch, everyone's tough. And, you know, you got to have that grit along with the skill, along with whatever you've worked on. You have to have that alongside it. Otherwise, you won't really excel in this game, you know. It doesn't just work with just skill and talent. You have to have that grit, you have to have that heart along with it. And, you know, against opponents like Deevorn Miller, you have to have a bit of that. He's a tough cookie, you know, so he brings it, and you have to use that discipline and, you know, that skill to overcome that, someone like that. And that's what I've done tonight. I was the superior boxer. But shout out to Miller, you know, this is our third fight. We've had a lot of history. I'm glad I put that chapter to bed now, so I've been moving on, you know what I mean? But, you know, respect to him, you know, respect where it's due. At the end of the day, there's a lot of, you know, cheeky little things that he was doing in the build-up to this fight. But it's all good, it's all tongue-in-cheek, it's all just to build the fight and stuff like this. He's been chasing this fight, of course, since our debut. But you know what, look, in this boxing game, you need a dancing partner. And I feel like that's my first dancing partner, you know? And I've overcome that, and moving on to some more dancing partners.
And speaking on dancing partners, now you sort of said you put this chapter to bed. Would you perhaps sort of be best buddies, like after,
best buddies? I mean, I don't know about best buddies, but look, man, this boxing game is a sport, man. We're not no one's enemies, really and truly. You know, sometimes there's a bit of needle involved, but there's nothing personal. You know, after we fight, we embrace. It's respect. It's a sport. You know, we're not thugs. You know what I mean? I'm just a champ.
Absolutely.
That's all.
Absolutely. And when your hand was raised,
yeah,
and you spoke about what you had to go through in order to win this belt. Explain to me the emotion of what it's like actually having your hands raised to not only win the contest, but to also win that belt as well, to win the Commonwealth belt as well. It's not often that many people get to win at Commonwealth level.
Yeah, exactly. And, you know, don't get me wrong, that went through my mind throughout camp. You know, obviously I fell short my last fight. That was my first attempt to get a title. I was confident in that as well. Wanted to, you know, had no doubts in my mind. You got to be confident in boxing, but it didn't go my way. And so there was, you know, sometimes there was moments where I doubted myself a bit. I was just thinking, you know, oh, man, I want to make sure that if I retired, at least I could say that I was a champion. Do you know what I'm saying? So there's things like that. But, you know, overall, it's just the confidence, discipline, just sticking to the task at hand, and yeah, man. And usually it pays off. Hard work pays off. It's as simple as that. Can't get any easier. And I know it's a bit cliche, but it's very true.
And we won't keep you too long. Is there any final messages?
And the new!
Apart from the fact that you are the new champion, any messages you have for your team, for your friends, your family, even the supporters here tonight and those watching around the world? Yeah, man. Thanks to all my supporters, you know, from day one, all my loyal supporters that have been coming out, buying tickets, keeping my fights alive. You know what I'm saying? If it weren't for the supporters, you know, none of us would really be here. Do you know what I mean? We need them. But you know, hopefully onwards and upwards, and I can make my supporters proud. You know, my team. You know, this is my first fight with Andy Gill and the team, and you know, it's been a success. And so I'm proud of every single person in my team. They've all played a pivotal part in this belt, and yeah, like I said, long may it continue. You know, more opportunities on the on the come up. And on that note, we really appreciate your time. Congratulations on your win. Congratulations on winning the belt. And we hope to look forward to seeing you in the boxing ring soon. Thank you. Thank you.